Hello class, good to see you. In this session, we will jump into process payments, but we must talk about office administration and the set day-to-day activities within an organization that link to that. Let's jump right into it. The office administration includes financial planning, billing, record keeping, logistics, personnel, planning work assignments for staff, supervising staff, and requesting new office equipment and repairs on existing equipment. Administration is sometimes the core of a successful business. One of the mentioned tasks are payments too. Beyond that, we have to hone into the process payments for a company. There is the payment of suppliers, which I must cover in point form to explain to you all. The following actions will help create and maintain a speedy payment process. Have a management policy on prompt payment of bills. Ensure that the finance and purchasing departments are aware of the policy and are committed to it. Agree terms of payment at the outset. Monitor your payment system regularly. Make sure that invoices are processed in time to meet due dates. Agree realistic contract terms with suppliers. Have a system in place to deal with disputes quickly. Foster good relationships with suppliers. Help your suppliers to understand your payment procedures and, if possible, issue guidance literature. Tell suppliers the name of the person responsible for payments. If you have a computerized payment system, make sure it can be overridden if necessary to comply with agreed terms. Promote healthy cash flow in both directions by having efficient collection procedures in place for your own sales. Now there is risk in everything including this. Companies reliant on these suppliers build up a work relationship with them, but they must also avoid damaging that relationship. In a way, suppliers keep your business fed. Now here is what not to do in order to avoid damaging your supplier relationship. Things to avoid that will damage supplier relationship. Do not reduce your bank borrowing with unauthorized free credit taken from suppliers. Do not use the financial strength of your organization to impose abnormally extended terms of payment. Do not rate suppliers for payment in an order which reflects their bargaining power. Do not use a minor invoice error as an excuse to delay payments when you have had the benefit of a good product or service. Do not restrict the financing option of your supplier by including such restrictive clauses as ban of assignment. Do not condone a hostile payment relationship which does not match the friendly purchasing one. Another important process payment is payment to staff and casual laborers. The official payroll distribution for the monthly and weekly payroll is the last working day of each month. The permanent employees are paid on the monthly payroll, whereas casual laborers are paid on weekly. The processing of payment is done by the wage clerk. Don't forget, you can't have a business running successfully without the staff and laborers it contains. Everyone, payments are extremely important, unfortunately. You have to spend some money to make money. Finally, the last process payment to consider is payment of operating costs and rent. You can't always be the most productive in a basement. Each company has their own procedures regarding payment of operating costs and rent. Each operating cost is normally allocated a cost number where all payments regarding to it are linked to that cost number. There are timeframes to be followed. For example, rent is processed at the beginning of each month. The operating cost usually falls into two categories called fixed cost and variable costs. Fixed operating costs are expenses that tend to remain the same whether the business or device is inactive or operating at full capacity, as you all know. There is flexible expenditures which are known as variable operating costs. And finally, fixed operating costs, which are normally set on a payment schedule and need to be paid accordingly for the company to maintain good credit.